Hello, this is your Detective Lazaria, here for part 2 of the 1888 Jack the Ripper unfortunate crimes that happened, seeking those victims and trying to see if we can understand who the real identity of this guy is. His name is not Jack, that's just his notable name the newspapers and the articles have given him, the press, due to what he did to those unfortunate victims. So here we are, returning for part 2, in hopes to get some of those names. And there is again one name that we think may be tied to this guy because of their recent connection with DNA through something that was belonging to one of the victims. So I'm going to turn on Spirit Talker. I did change a few things around. So let's hope that by giving them a break, that maybe they can continue to assist me on their case. Those unfortunate victims, the ladies, if they can tell me their story, who they are, what happened, and who done it. Who's the man? If they can tell me. So we'll wait and see. It is on. Oh.
He will touch you.
Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Well, I think he definitely did to those poor victims. Oh, never mind. Sorry. But still. Mm-hmm.
Watch it.
Watch it. I don't know. I mean, there could be a movie out there that's tied to him. Or his story, at least. Or the victim stories. I know that our great pal, Danilyn Spratt, I don't know if you know him, but he did visit the memorial that they did for him in London at Highgate Cemetery. So I do remember him going there and trying to see, but he couldn't get much because it was just, I guess, too much activity. But he did go to the spots just to see. But again, I'm hoping that I can get in touch with those victims, tell their story. As part 1, I just didn't get very much.
Forest.
Okay. So it just said forest. I don't know if anybody was near a forest, or if this is someone else that was maybe killed by a serial killer. And they're just popping into. I can do a quick search, but I don't think so. Because it kept saying no. Yeah. I don't think there was a forest. Now, apparently they're saying that.
Stay for longer.
Okay. So, based on historical records, the claim that Jack the Ripper was killed in a forest is false, so they say. The unidentified serial killer operated. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay. Just basically what he is. So, unfortunately, not really in the forest setting for the victims. So I'm just going to go ahead and just let that slide, I guess.
Yes, I did.
So you're letting me know that it is true that you may have been killed in the forest, this one that was unidentified? You'll have to prove it. Double prove it. Not just say, yes, I did. You'll have to tap the capel that has right there. If you can tap that and light it up after saying, yes, I did, it lets us know that your true body, your true self, is actually somewhere decaying in a forest where your skeletons remain. It did say skeletons, my bones, where's my body? And forest, the woods. What if this is him? From part one, slowly saying that, versus the victims. The whole time I'm thinking it's a victim. It was him. And he can prove it by tapping, lighting up this ball. If it's failing to light
They
up.
never found me.
Okay. So you're saying that that's why they put it false, because they figured, well, we never found a body, so therefore he's not out there. Okay, so that's my theory. So maybe this guy has been trying to slowly tell me, he's like, my skeletons, my bones, where's my body, my ashes, decay, the woods, I like the forest. Now it says forest.
Everett.
Well, is that your name? It could be a repetitive name. I've had Everett in a previous session. But if you are indeed trying to tell me your name is Everett and you happen to be, unfortunately, the one that is this in a forest or woods somewhere where you decayed and have not been located because, again, you're hiding yourself from the feds still. Like you chose to go that way, to hide. Whether that's what you maybe have done, maybe to get away after your supposed last attempt, you knew like you couldn't do anymore. You weren't getting, I guess, the fame you wanted. I don't know what it was, why you did it. Anyways. So, again, I don't remember. Oh.
Fall.
So he fell. Somewhere where you were maybe hiking, walking, like trying to move far away from where you did these things with the, the women. You again traveled very far and you ended up in a forest and you fell down an edge, a cliff. And because it's so down a steep area that no one can see you. And so therefore you just basically weren't seen. No one had that sense of smell of the odor when people...
Thumbscrew.
No one basically had that chance to have that sense of smell of when people decay because of how far you were. Because you fell. Again, you have to tell me if this is you, the suspect, aka this guy. Passed away in a forest, and that's what you were trying to tell me in part 1, and now you're trying to tell me in part 2. I don't know about Everett. There's nobody named Everett that I can see in this list.
I like the toys.
You mean these things? Well, if you're somebody that's a child, you can tap the one on the chair. But if you're the victims, and then obviously this guy. Excuse me, that was my body cracking. Let me see if there was walking.
Walking.
Again, you were walking in the forest. You fell. You stumbled down a very steep slope, hill, and cliff, mountain, I don't know. Somewhere so deep that no one can see, hear, or smell you. So you ended up injuring yourself to the point where you can probably get up and eventually passed away. And again, your skeleton, your bones, your remains decayed. And you were never found. Whoever you were, I just hope you understand that you did a really, 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 really bad choice of killing innocent women. And I hope that you feel some remorse, some regret, some guilt after passing away yourself. Because again, I don't know what was in your mind, what was in your thoughts when you were doing those things to those poor ladies. But you definitely did some really gruesome stuff. I don't want to even say it. I was going to say the R word. If he did that.
Encouragement.
Encouragement? Okay, let's see if there was an Everett in the supposed list of suspects from this website. So far I got...
A bad spirit.
Could that be this one? Who I've been maybe having a conversation with? That could be him. Or is he letting me know that a bad spirit took over his body and possessed him? Like a demon. Somebody took over your soul, your body, possessed it, did whatever to these ladies, and you were just a shell to that a shell for that bad spirit to do those things.
Sense.
Make sense? I'm making sense?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
You lady. Shh. Sorry. I don't know. Okay, I don't see, there's this. That doesn't have a name. It could be that guy. Where the heck is it? But yeah, I don't see an Everett here. Sorry. Yeah, no. No Everett. Unless they were one of those supposed witnesses to make it seem like they were witnesses, but really were. So hold on, let me try something. No. Nope. There's no Everett in the witness list. Out of all the millions of people that are on this, it's a long list. Not millions, but a lot. So I don't know. So I don't know if the main ladies can even come through.
You are capable.
Thank you. I don't know if the main ladies can say their name or be able to come through, if they're just scared, hiding for their, from maybe this guy still. I don't know. So even if the spirits of those ladies can't say their name, can someone else say their names if they know? Whether it's this guy who knows their names. I'm sure you read it in those articles and pamphlets and newspapers in those times, because I'm sure that's how you or your supposed bad spirit wanted to see, which is well,
Cyanide.
so that could be just another repetitive word, because I just did a session with Jonestown and I got that word finally just 2 days ago. So again, sometimes Spirit Talker does spew out random things twice, a couple hours later, a couple days later. So things like, I think Everett was one of the names I believe I got too. So I'm probably just gonna say go ahead and skip that. I can Google it to see if he did use that, but I don't think so. I think, just to verify. I don't think he did. No, he did not. Again, I haven't gotten this word. It would have been nice if I did, or something related to that word. The one with a K. Or that even. Or that. Any of those three words. That'd be kind of like letting us know. Or that. See.
See.
See. So you see what I see? I see what you see. Wait, how's that saying? I see what you see what I see. We see everything. It feels like the spirits can see what I'm reading or pointing at. It's happened at least twice. It was kind of like, or at least 3 times or something where it was just on point. No, now it's back to before. Where it's like, I was reading something and it pops up on the screen. Like, how? How does that work? I think it's because they're seeing it. Coincidence too. I don't know. Back to the topic. Sorry. This is the ADD, ADHD detective. Sorry, brain. Sorry. So again, to the victims, if you can come through, that'd be great. I know that it's probably difficult for you to tell your story. It's unfortunately all over the articles and the newspapers and websites now, and everyone knows now, unfortunately. Not everyone.
It's not just me here.
So again, it's not just maybe this guy, but it's also maybe the victims, or the victims are letting me know that there's more victims. Again, we don't know how many he really did K that are really tied to him. We just know that there was this many that had truly been, tied to this one. If there's more, can they tell me the true total of how many he had K'd? Or maybe he could tell me himself. I'm just curious. How many more? But plus these. So basically, whatever number he gives me, I'm going to minus that. That'll just let me know how many more. But I'm saying, what is the total? I don't know if they were considered trophies or a game or what he really was thinking prior to doing this crime.
I will talk to you.
So whoever's going to talk to me, whether it's him or the victims, please do. I'll continue to talk, and I will hope that you're going to tell me your story, your side of the story. And like I said, if this guy is trying to tell me, oh no, well, I wasn't like this before, and then all of a sudden I got to the point where a bad spirit took over, and I did these things for that year, where I just went on a rampage of killing unfortunate women that were, supposedly working with their bodies to earn money. Therefore, nobody might not be as concerned if I do this to them. Even though that was not true. They shouldn't feel that way, that they were worthless. They weren't. Dang it.
4.
So, are you trying to tell me there's 4 more? So there's on top of these, there's 4 more. So therefore 9 total? Or out of the 5, 1 is definitely probably not tied to you. So you only did it to 4. Somebody copycat. A copycat took the 5th one. Was there somebody who became like you, but was considered a copycat, but they didn't know that? So maybe the number 5 was, say the last one was maybe a copycat who unfortunately, again, got away with it because they thought it was you. So that was something I mentioned in part 1. If, at least I think I did, if the person could have been copied, and that person copied exactly.
Oppression.
And again, that person did pretty much the similar horrendous activities on these women to make it look like it was him. So, I don't know. It could be either 4 and a copycat or 4 more. So, because again, no capital activity, not really sure about this, not sure about the spirit talker saying 4, if it meant 4 more or just total 4. That's funny how it did give me a number. Out of all the numbers I've had, I haven't had 4. I had 10, 8, 5, but not 4 before. At least not that I remember recently, you know. Anyways, we're in 25 minutes. I'm not sure how much longer, but hopefully enough to see if any of the ladies can come through. Again, part 1.
Age.
Age. You went with the ladies that were a specific age? Or did he just tell me that he was possessed by a bad spirit at age 4? Because again, remember, little kids can see spirits. Did he allow a spirit to be able to come that close to him that he was able to, that spirit was able to take over his body at age 4? Whoa. Whoa. Am I getting somewhere? Again, it just said 4, oppression, age. So you're letting me know that that bad spirit took over your body at age 4. And since 4 and up, to the point where you did this on that year, that spirit still remained in your body. Thinking of what he could be doing when he got to that point. Interesting. Just real quick, I'm going to look up. Okay. Look at
Noise.
Noise. Have you been trying to make noise? I can't really hear anything because you're taking my energy again. I did kindly tell you to take the energy from the 2 lamps, the ceiling light, or the candle to gain the energy to utilize any of these tools to communicate with me. The victims, or I guess maybe this guy. Otherwise, it's just me being very tired and needing to go to bed soon. Where my muffling ears and head feels meh. So it's kind of hard to say if it's the spirit trying to take the energy from me or if it's my body just saying, you need to go to bed. But again, I wanted to give them another little bit of extra time, but it doesn't seem like the women are coming through this time. Seems like he's trying to tell his story. Maybe. We can go with it, right? Because again, what are the odds of it saying skeleton, my bones, where's my body, where's my ashes, the woods. Then it said forest here, decay. As if it was not just the victims, but apparently it was him.
Unity.
Oh. Say again another word, unity, was tied to the Jonestown session I did near the end. I remember seeing that. I was like, oh, I'm about to end it, and you put unity. It's kind of makes sense because the town was in unity. So again, it might be just a repetitive word. I'm going to skip that one. Again, you have to understand, it's hard to say if we want to truly put 100% on this app, but some of the stuff is just kind of like, whoa, what? So, yeah. And the other stuff is like, really? Seriously? Come on. Or repetitive. But again, just like the Sono and the Necrophonic apps.
Adventure.
Adventure. They basically have repetitive phrases and words and names that come through those apps as well. So it's just how the word bank is, I guess. Anyway, so adventure. I don't know. Is that why he went near the forest to get away and go on an adventure? after doing what he did? I don't know. Apparently the EMF meter thinks so. Okay, spirit, aka, yeah. Basically, EMF meter is for you to answer with yellow for yes.
Gabriel.
Dang it. I was going to ask them if they can go to... No one's ever gone to orange lately. Go to orange. For the love of orangeness, reach past the yellow. Go to orange. You can...
Diabolical.
Oh? It's funny, I was just asking if Gabriel is tied to the Bible. And it just says diabolical. So, okay, where's my finger? Can you reach the orange? Right there. That's all you need to do. You don't have to go to red, just orange. Whoever this is, I'm going to zoom in with my camera thingy. Not the putting the camera closer, but using the zoom function. So, to the spirit who is here, maybe it's Gabriel. Can you reach the orange on the EMF meter for us to confirm your spirit here? Maybe you're the Jack the Ripper. Or not. Oh.
There's 5 of us.
So is that the 5 ladies? When it just said there's 5 of you, is it the 5 victims of this guy who K'd the ladies? You're the 5 ladies? I'm going to say your names in my head. I forgot one of them. Like, what? Oh, sorry. Duh. The C one. Okay. So I just listed all the 5 in my head now. Okay? So if you're one of those 5 that I said in my head, and it said there's 5 of us, is it you 5? As a group now? Just saying. You can give it a beepity boopity bop.
Walk back.
Walk back. Okay. I'm too close. Oh, and also I can't walk back in time. Or go back in time to help them. Excuse me. Here's what diabolical means.
Moist.
Is that what you felt when you had their blood on you? After doing what you did to those ladies? You had that feeling? Jeff again.
Jeff.
I'm gonna bypass some of these names, especially these G names. Come on. So Jeff, there's no Jeff. I've already looked up already if it was a failed attempt or part 1. I can't remember now. Again, I'm not going to mention it. Look him up. And then same with Gabriel. It could be like Gabriel the angel, Gabriel meaning like a biblical name. Because Gabriel, when I did look up those suspects, that name did not pop up. The G name is George. Those are the only G names that I saw. Not a Jeff and not a Gabriel. Surprised the A name has not popped up. That would have been like totally like a cliffhanger and be like, yep, that could be him. Oh well, it is what it is, right? Me. So again, the fact that it said diabolical is kind of interesting. I mean, I'll type it in, but I doubt it's going to be tied to him.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah, I don't see anybody being tied to that guy. Okay, so as I knew it. All right. Just for the fact that maybe these spirits forgot, or maybe need a little bit more show on how to utilize these things that have been sitting here for them to use to confirm anything, as well as to say, hey, we're here. Those clear things we call cat balls. They get lit up for a few 10 seconds or so with colorful colors, and then that goes like this state. Again, the only way for these to interact and light up is if something moves them or touches them or holds them. If it's not me, who the heck is it? Is it this guy? Is it the victim? And again, if I'm asking something or dead on with something related to your story, confirmation by tapping that capital is awesome, if that's possible. Again, there's 3 up here, 1 in the chair. Although the chair is hard to see sometimes. So again, last time I'm going to do this, because this is the last. I couldn't even see where I was tapping, but that's how you do it. You move it, tap it, lights up. I know, it's kind of shocking colors because it looks like
Clark.
Yeah, no. There's no Clark for the last name of, what do you call it? A victim, which I was currently looking at. Nope, not even, nope, okay. Oh, I didn't even think about it. Is there a Jeff? Hold on. No, there's not a Jeff. What about a Gabriel? Nope, no Gabriel. Just making sure. So out of all the names, nobody in the witnesses. Suspects, no, nobody with that last name. So again, random names that aren't tied to the story. I'm looking. Nope, that's not even helping me either.
I'm from the 1300s.
Yeah, I'm from the 1400s and well, now I don't remember. This is what happens when you have multiple sessions, including some failed ones. I dig it. I'm from the 1400s. I'm like, that doesn't help me. Anyways, so again, we're going back to downfall on the reaching you guys. So I don't know if this is where I have to sadly wrap it up and end it. unless you guys prove to me otherwise to continue to stay, because you're going to be like, no, we have to get that time to find her names or tell her story. Or you're going to tell your story when I'm doing another session. It's like, really? Yeah, I don't see anybody with the last name Clark. Not even in the, yeah. Mm-mm. So, if the viewers want to tell me their input, if you got to this far, thank you. Who do you think is the man behind this? Who is Jack the Ripper? Who do you think it is? Again, there will be a link in the description of the suspects. You can maybe tell me which one you think it might be. And then you can, again, check out the victims, all their stories.
Malediction.
Mm-hmm. All right, so if you got this far, thank you, appreciate it. Again, it's very difficult to listen to some lady jabber in hopes to contact someone and not get their names. But something interesting that may be true, I don't know, about the guy telling us that his body is in the forest, and it's just never been found. And that's why he never got ID'd. I don't know. And then supposedly he had a bad spirit attached to them while he was 4 years old. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, why do people become so evil to do those things that they do, such as emming people?
Scratch.
Now I got they will scratch in part 1. Now they're letting me know scratch. So again, did the victims get the chance to scratch Jack the Ripper? But unfortunately, because they never found him, they never got the chance to see that evidence. Or are they like, scratch this session? I'm like, no, I'm not scratching this session. It's been to the point where I'm going to get too confused of what was said during my my good part 2 session towards the end. I was like, oh, okay. I think I made it seem too depressing by my tone. And then I just ended it. Even though, okay, this is what was interesting. While we're waiting, one of the people that we believe might be tied to being the suspect, let me find him. So apparently, this guy, where the heck is his name? Hold on. So again, this guy right here, out of 2014 and 2025 DNA, kind of pinpoints to this guy being the one that may have indeed killed at least one of them.
I hated my life.
Wasn't sure if this is them saying that. Is it Jack the Ripper telling me this? You'll have to tap a couple to confirm. So again, his profession, what he did, which makes sense. He did use sharp objects. But I thought it was interesting how it said that. And I'm like, huh, that's interesting. seems like it would be very painful. Google it. It said it's very painful. Extremely very painful. And then I said, could it be God or the spirits of those victims cursed him to have that so he would pass away painfully, to feel the pain that the women may have felt before their passings, even though it said fast. Like the ladies were k'd quickly before he continued to do the stuff with their bodies. So that was a failed attempt to part 2 fail. That was really good, but some of the stuff just was like, Well, yeah, I mean,
Ancient spirit.
is it letting us know that the bad spirit that took over Jack the Ripper when he was 4 years old? Let's go with that story. Was it ancient bad spirit? Maybe from the 1300s. And had some vengeance with women for some reason. That bad spirit. No? Didn't think so. So ancient spirit could just be random, or just one just popping in saying, hey, I'm an ancient spirit. So again, we don't know for sure if this guy that I just mentioned who had gangrene, that was, again, tied with DNA, at least with one of the objects. Which it did say objects in one of the failed attempts. I'm like, dang it.
Dirty.
Yes, how he k'd the women was a dirty act. Disgusting. Gross. You can read up what they did, or what he had done to them. Let's just say it wasn't pretty. And for those, I'm pretty sure the ladies were very pretty. And for them to get mutilated like that for someone's weird, sick pleasure. Ugh. Sorry, again. Quote, bad spirit took over my body and possessed it. And I did it while I was an adult.
Adult.
They were adults, yes. You were an adult as well? I mean, that's all I can think of. Oh, you're letting us know that whoever's watching this better be an adult because of what I did? No, yes. My videos are pinpointed to adult viewers. No children allowed to understand what this guy did. If that is let me know. Again, there's something that really got on my nerves is the fact that I don't know if he did something to them. I've never got the chance to Google it, so hold on. Give me a sec. Oops. Give me a second. I hate to find out if he did. So I had to Google it, okay? All right, I had to. So it might be the case. So did you, if this guy is still around in the spirit, did you do these horrendous acts? Hold on.
Harmony.
That unfortunately will not be tied to what I was about to ask. Again, did this one right here do unfortunate things with the women that starts with an R and ends with the E and has 2 letters in between? No, wait. Sorry. Starts with, yeah, no, that's right. Yeah. Anyways, like I said, did you, or he, whoever is here, R-A-P-E-U. I'm sorry if he did that on top of what he already also did. And again, I don't know if he, again, had it where you were already passed away and did it while you were gone, or did it while you were still alive. Either way, both horrendous acts. No pun intended, but he was 666. I'm sure ladies agree with me. Come on. Come on, women power. We can do this, women. Ladies, let's do it. Let's put him in his place. We can do it. We can fight and win this. Oh.
I'm a friend.
Hello. Did I make a friend by trying to tell your story? Well, again, like I said, I feel like if we bond together, ladies, you can tell me your story. I only got 10 more minutes. Crap. 9 more minutes. If we can get it out, who is this guy? I don't want to have to remain a mystery, but I have a feeling it might be. I'm going to go ahead and say it could be that guy with that letter. The red one. Anyways, again, we'll never know. I did say at the very end of part 1, wait and see. So maybe the truth will come out with the true evidence and true DNA and everything. But I don't know if I'll be alive by the time they, unfortunately, really give it 100% saying that that's them. I was trying to cheat the system and go with the spirit, asking them. So that's why I said, if I can't get it, which more likely I won't, can somebody else get it for me? Chris, C-Fan, Spirit Box, you want to do it? Want to help me? You're my awesome pal that does really great speaking to spirits. Do you think you can get the name behind this guy? Again, they will scratch.
They will scratch.
Scratch. They will scratch. Interesting. Am I going to wake up with scratches? Unfortunately, you won't know if it was my cat. So again, hopefully, I don't know how often, if Chris watches my videos and how often he does, but if he does, and gets to that point where he's seeing his name, or not seeing, hearing his name and telling, please, if you can, that'd be interesting if you can use those 2 apps, whether it be the Sono or the Necrophonic, and that one name that starts with the A comes through, then it will be like, I guess it was. And then again, like I said, I'll have links you can also use to help with, figuring out all this stuff. So, even if it's going to end with me in part 2, there could be a future continuation, fingers crossed, with Chris, or pal, C-Fan, Spirit Box, who does, again, amazing sessions with spirits. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if our REM pod goes crazy, or cat balls go crazy, or the voices all of a sudden make sense, and I'm like, of course. And now, of course, I'm going to be watching that. I have to tune in. Done.
Done.
So I think they're done. All right, you think that's it? That, again, you would rather have C-Fan, Spirit Box continue to get your truth out? Maybe you just can't get it with this app, and these capitals are nothing for you. And he's probably got a better, what's that word? Connection, I guess, with the spirits because of how long he's been doing this, and also his experience that he had with spirits, that maybe you can reach him more than I can. If so, awesome. But it did say done. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be something funky and crazy spewing out for the next word or 2. But at least we know that that's probably what they would probably prefer. So I might tag you. Because I'm curious if you can speak to the victims or get the name for this guy. Knox.
Knocks.
Or they're going to let us know that they're going to make knocking sounds while he's say in his basement. He'll probably hear some knocking sounds. We'll never know. That'd be interesting if he literally is in that session and he hears knocks and be like, they told you they would knock. Or maybe he'll ask and he'll be like, no. I don't hear the knocks. That's the problem. Even though I have multiple places they could easily knock on, which is closet door, the bedroom door, the dresser, a more, or whatever you want to call it, door. Nothing. All right. Well, I gave it a try. Again, this is your detective, Lazaria. Always giving it as much effort as she can, whether the spirits really want to come through and tell their story. It's up to them, really. Didn't get any of the names. Not even the ones tied to, of course.
I'm a woman.
Thank you. At the very end, with less than 4 minutes left, 1 hour. Again, if you are a woman, which is, again, one of the reasonings, what he did is king at least 5 notable ones. I don't think you're going to give me your name.
Sorry if I scared you.
Oh, I don't know if it looked like I got scared. I wasn't scared. It was just more like, seriously, I'm trying to let them know I have to end it. And it's like, wait, but I'm a woman. I'm like, oh, well, you had a whole 2 hours, an hour here and an hour there, and never got your name. At least none of the 5. I mean, I understand you're a woman, but can you give me your name? I don't know. Be awesome if they could. Less than 3 minutes. We'll see. I doubt it. Yep. Oh, my poor body and achy and tired. Look at that beautiful, cozy bed over there. Look forward to sleeping. Hopefully not waking up with a bunch of scratches though. Because again, part 1, even some failed attempt probably had that word come through or something, and then I get more of it and I'm like, what? Again, I don't know. God damn it. Let me Google it. Did any... Okay, so it did say fast in my failed attempt. And they're letting us know that it was fast. The victims were... Okay.
No.
So no, they did not scratch. So like I said, during that one failed attempt, I was saying, okay, if it was fast, did your spirit, after it came out of the body, did it witness what he did to that body after, again, you dying? But not much was happening. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm trying to think is when you leave your body, I don't know how soon you do, if you can literally have your spirit look down upon your body to see what that person did to it. Maybe you saw the face of who it was. Or it did say his voice. I forget if that was a failed attempt, but it did say his voice. I heard his voice. Yeah. Dang it for those failed attempts. Wind?
Wind.
Wind. I don't know if it was windy. Or they got they got the wind knocked out of them. Is that a phrase? Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. 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 Good thing I Googled it, huh? So the spirit got to know that it was definitely on a windy day. Unsure why they keep mentioning Scratch, though, when they didn't. Oh.
Nicola.
Really? So there is somebody that's close to that name. So we're going to go with it. Okay? So is your name, again, it's one letter off. Is your name Polly? Mary Ann Polly Nichols? Even though it says Nicola, is your name Mary Ann Polly Nichols, who was the first victim he killed on August 31st, 1888. Because again, I don't think maybe Nichols is not in this. Oh,
Your presence is a gift.
thank you. So again, Mary Ann, nickname Polly Nichols. Are you trying to come through, but your name came out as Nicola? Can you confirm maybe by going very strong on the EMF meter a couple times to yellow or capital? Again, you were considered the first victim. You were in my Rip Through Time novel. That's why I did this. No? Okay. Alright. Alright, now we're just getting nonsense.
I am Bellatrix.
Alright, like I said, I guess we'll never know. They're probably going to put their names in different sessions. Or maybe during, if Chris does his session.
Skull.
So again, I did say skeleton, my bones, where's my body, my remains, the woods, the forest, decay. So again, I don't know who this is, if it's the actual suspect here that was trying to slowly give hints of where he is, versus actual unfound victims that were never found and weren't known. So we'll never know. Again, the mystery remains a mystery. Darn. Yeah, like I said, I know there was no Bellatrix. So we didn't get these names. I'm going to go ahead and say them since we didn't get them. Mary Ann Polly Nichols. That was the first victim. Then we have Annie Chapman, who was again killed on September 8th, 1888, who apparently was drinking a lot and was a daughter of a servant girl. Then we have Elizabeth Stride, who was emmed on September 30th, 1888, in a yard. Then we have Catherine Eddowes, who was also emmed on September 30th in something square. And then we have Mary Jane Kelly, who was considered the final victim, who was emmed on November 9th, 1888. So again, didn't get any of these names. Aww.
Frustration.
But yes, I am frustrated. Maybe they could sense I have some frustration that these names did not come through. Yes, I am a little frustrated that the names that I was hoping to get out of the 2 hours would be any of these. I got Mary Ann as one of the names from Jonestown. I was hoping it would repetitively be said, but no, that didn't pop up either. Grr. Anyways. And then the other ladies that were possible victims, so he said 13, even though the failed attempt for part 2 said 10. 10 more. But there's Faye, Annie, Ada Wilson, Emma Smith, Martha, Annie Farmer, Rose, Elizabeth Jackson, Alice, somebody who was emmed on a street, unidentified, as well as another one. And then Francis and Carrie Brown. Those are the ones that didn't come through either, but they were, again, possible extra victims that weren't truly connected to him by some evidence. But yeah. So maybe, like I said, we'll see if somebody... We'll see if that... you saw that flash, right? Okay. You rewind just a little bit and see if this whole thing lit up. A little bit.
Forward.
Yes. Do not go forward, go backward. Go backward and see if you saw something flash. Something flashed in my vision as I was looking and reading this, and it was up there. That was weird. Again, I'll look it up. I'll replay this after this. Okay. All right. Well, like I said, let's move forward, and let's just say that we tried. We did our hardest and bestest to communicate to the victims. Whether or not we really got through to them or not, we don't know, but we tried. Again, I don't know if I even got this one, but it kind of felt like there could have been a story being told about this guy. So those people who continue to watch my sessions, especially when it's going way over an hour, if you can just tell me by giving me a like, as well as a comment, and if you haven't already subscribed, do so you can not miss out on these interesting sessions I have, whether they're awesome, amazing, or meh. Alright, it's your detective, Lazaria, signing out. Peace, love, and eternity. Bye!